I do say this, though. It is nastier to run as a Republican than it is. Now, I'm the ultimate, they suffer from a thing called TDS. Do you know what that is? Yes. TDS, it's a horrible, horrible terminal disease. It destroys the mind. It destroys the mind before the body, but the body eventually goes. TDS is Trump Derangement Syndrome.
We are going to explore Trump Derangement Syndrome, TDS. There's different strains of TDS, in case you guys didn't know. We're going to be looking first into the feral, wild TDS. I'm not going to keep you guys for too long, so we're just going to jump right into it.
You love Trump?
What?
You love Trump?
Yeah, why? Stay away from me. Stay away from me.
Piece of shit.
Fucking weirdo.
Wait! Get the fuck! Get away from me! I'm gonna beat you with this battery. Get away! Stop attacking me! Fucking weirdo! Stop attacking me! Fucking weirdo! Ow! Why are you doing that? Fucking creep! You freak!
Honestly, I don't really know what to say about that one. First of all, I do apologize for the foul language that's in it. But I mean, it was quite surprising to see how that individual reacted, just because this guy, I'm not sure, even actually taking a look at his clothing and whatnot, I don't really see how the person picked off, like, hey, you love Trump? I mean, if you can see the individual, obviously it's a transgender woman, and the individual starts screaming out rape. Crazy. Some of these people are just absolutely insane. This next one I have coming up for you guys is a little funnier. It is shorter. I'm going to point out something that I find funny about it, to be honest with you guys. I'll probably just play back one part of it real quick for you afterwards. All right, let's just jump right into it. Let me stop talking.
What are you drinking?
Coke.
Got to stay hydrated.
Exactly.
All right, so you're voting for Donald Trump.
Yes.
How come?
Because he's the best for the country. Because he's the best for the
Look
country.
at this weird guy.
Yeah,
He's never lifted a weight in his life.
They call us weird.
Are you really going to hit me? Are you really going to hit me?
This is the part that I wanted to show you guys again. How is it possible that somebody can run slower than they walk? Let me just start that again, guys, and I'll let it play through from that part forward. But how is it possible that somebody can actually run slower than they walk? Watch this part again.
What are you drinking?
Coke.
Got to stay hydrated.
Exactly.
All right, so you're voting for Donald Trump.
Yes.
How come?
Because he's the best for the country. Because he's the best for the
Look at
country.
this weird guy.
Yeah,
He's never lifted a weight in his life.
They call us weird.
Are you really going to hit me? Are you really going to hit me? You want to go to jail for assault? You look like
What's wrong with the Democrats?
You look like Thomas Crooks. You look like Thomas Crooks. You're crazy. You better get out of here before you get your ass kicked. What a psycho.
What's wrong with the Democrats?
You're about to go viral, motherfucker. We got that on camera. Little soy boy.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. But that part is just too much. I mean, it's not only the pink shorts, but the way how he runs. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it in the past. What it makes me think of is an episode of Friends when Phoebe and Rachel go running together. And Rachel's absolutely embarrassed by the way that Phoebe runs.
I have to tie my shoe, so you go ahead. I'll catch up. Okay. Come on, let's start running. Let's go!
That's what that made me think of. That individual literally runs slower than he walks. I don't know how that's possible. I truly don't. All right, so that's it for the wild, feral TDS individuals. We're going to jump into a couple celebrities. When you think of TDS, There's usually one individual that you think of when it comes to celebrities. Mr. Robert De Niro.
Nothing at all, nothing redeemable in him. And we have to, and whoever the people are who want to vote for him, and there look like intelligent people around there, somebody, for some reason, it can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me. There'll be things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is what he says. Let's believe him. Take him at his word.
I did from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I said from the very beginning, this guy is never going to concede power, and he still hasn't.
No.
He still hasn't. He still admitted he lost the last election, and he advertises that he will go on. He says he's been cheated out of one term, so maybe we should get rid of the a president only gets 2 terms thing.
Okay, we kind of got a 2-for-1 there. I know that wasn't too wild compared to the previous 2 that I just showed you guys. But I mean, what is Robert De Niro thinking? Like, he's going to stop your show. You're not going to be able to do your show anymore, Bill. He's going to lock us all up. But then Bill Maher doesn't really help much when he goes along with it by stating he's never going to concede power. He conceded before. I don't know. I'm not sure where this mentality comes from. Well, I think we know where it comes from. But how is it absolutely possible that people can have this mentality? When I first started looking into TDS, I seen some funny clips and whatnot, like most of you guys have online. I thought it was just jokey stuff. But there's some people out there that are really deranged individuals that you say Trump to them and it just fires off something in them. It doesn't really make sense. But we got a little bit more.
Here's my question for you, because you talk about
I am not, Judge.
Nobody
no,
is.
oh, yeah.
Did you just point at me?
Yes.
Listen, I don't have Trump derangement. Let me tell you what I have.
Okay.
I have I'm tired of people starting a conversation with Mexicans or liars and rapists. I'm tired of people starting a conversation about this country. Listen, I'm 62 years old. There have been a lot of people in office that I didn't agree with, but I have never, ever seen anything like this. I've never seen anybody whip up such hate. I've never seen anybody be so dismissive. And clearly you don't watch the show, so you don't know that I don't suffer from that. What I suffer from is the inability to figure out how to fix this. That's my issue. But one of the things that you talk about a lot, and I'm curious about it, is the deep state. How long has the deep state been there, and who's running it?
Well, I want to answer your question because you had
you a question.
You had your opening statement, which was how horrible it is that Donald Trump is talking about
that's
all
what you,
of these
I'm
people.
Sorry,
you
baby,
know what
that's
I think
what you
is horrible?
said. You said,
Whoopi, you know
you
what's
said
horrible?
that
when
it
people
was,
who
it's
shouldn't
okay.
be here end up murdering the children of American citizens.
You know what's horrible?
What's horrible
when the president of the United States whips up people to beat the hell out of people.
No.
Say goodbye.
Let me bye. I'm done.
Thank you to Judge Janine Pirro for both liars, thinkers, and liberals. It is out now. We will be right back.
So, welcome back. So you saw me do something I very rarely do. I very rarely lose my cool, and I'm not proud of it. I don't like it. But I also don't like being accused of being hysterical, because that's one of the things I try not to be on this show. So, have a great day.
Go enjoy the view.
Yeah. Thank you to Anna Navarro. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Take a little time to enjoy the view. Bye, y'all.
The lovely ladies of The View. I pulled up that clip for a reason, because now we're going to get to see that was Judge Janine that Whoopi was getting into it with. Because Judge Janine, in a friendly, joking around way, accused her of having TDS. And we can see that Whoopi had a complete TDS reaction. Now, she came back and apologized, but we're going to listen to Judge Janine in a minute, and she's going to tell us what happened after this.
Say goodbye, and then on the other side of that timeout, Judge Janine was no longer in that chair. What happened?
Okay, so I'm invited to The View to talk about my new book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, The Case Against the Anti-Trump Conspiracy. And, you know, the publisher said, you want to go to The View? I said, of course I'll go to The View. I like Whoopi. I like them. I mean, I have no problem talking about my book. So I go there. And, you know, the first segment was relatively calm. And, you know, I got the transcript. And one of the things I said was, one of the things we need now, we need people to talk to people who ostensibly hate each other. It's time we sat down and had a conversation. And Whoopi, you know, interrupted and said, now? Oh, I'm so glad. But anyway, that was almost prescient. The second segment, after some small talk, I mean, we had, you know, I was making small talk. I was, you know, happy to discuss my book. Right? And then we came back and it was, you know, no holds barred. Whoopi got angry. And what the viewing audience, the television audience, didn't see is that they popped up the cover of my book as she pushed off the desk, you know, unplugged her mic, and then stormed off the set. So I'm there saying, you know, I'm in television. I said, I don't think the segment's over, but I think she just left, Janine. I think it's over. So I take off my own mic, and then you have to go down the stairs. I go down the stairs, and she's right there. And I said something like, Whoopi, you know, I spent my whole life fighting for victims because we had talked about rapes and all that. And she said to me, as she got up in my face, and I read somewhere someone said, well, you should have kept walking. I couldn't walk by her. She was at the bottom of the stairs. She says, F you, F you. And then I said, did you just say F you? And then she said, get the F out of this building, get the F out of this building. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay.
And you didn't do anything to provoke anybody there?
No, you can ask the people that I was with. I mean, she was nuts going off the set, and then when I walked down, and so as I started walking out the building, so this woman is yelling behind me, get the F out of this building. I mean, look, I've been a prosecutor, judge, DA for 30 years. I try murder cases. I can go toe-to-toe with anybody. But that was abuse, and it was sad. It was a sad moment that, you know, she was triggered, and I never understood triggering.
Did she reach out to you afterwards and apologize? I know she apologized to the audience.
She apologized to the audience, not for what she did to me, and they had no idea what happened when I walked off this set.
You haven't heard from anyone from
yeah, no, a producer called, and yesterday it was nonstop radio and television. I was promoting the book. I haven't had a chance to return the call, but the producer did call.
That is probably the second biggest celebrity with TDS. I personally, myself, people that have Trump Derangement Syndrome, I call them Whoopi De Niro's. They both get triggered pretty easily. They both kind of go right off the handle. Whoopi can't even say Donald Trump's name. She treats him like as if he's Voldemort. Up until Trump came down those golden escalators back in 2015, all these people used to like him quite a bit. I figure we're going to end off this video with a little bit of humor. I mean, most of that was humorous anyways. We are going to check out Nicole Shanahan's TDS ad to close this out. Besides that, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump Derangement Syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic? Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing Independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With Independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, Independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of Independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.